Hey y'all, Lisa Davis here, the trusted banker, and I gotta talk about this because this is not my normal content, but as somebody that talks about, and I don't know why this is up here, as somebody that talks about how to build generational wealth, how to start a business, how to get into real estate, how to utilize banking products and services to build wealth, and branding with small business. I feel like what Drake just did was commit brand suicide, right? Because as with everybody else, I am very deeply engaged in the rap beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. I have been enjoying it since last year. I got into it when the beef started in May, and as a Gen Xer, this has been a time. And I love Kendrick Lamar. I've been listening to him for over a decade and don't really know too much about Drake. But what I can appreciate is the ability to go on YouTube. Like, this is my first kind of YouTube. I'm getting into YouTube, but I'm a content creator that talks about, like I said, generational wealth and all the things around that, especially entrepreneurism. And so when this beef and battle happened, I got acclimated to Kai Cenat. I got acclimated to Screwface. I can't Screwface John. I got acclimated to Jay Black and I Am Dante and the young man that's listed, Shaq Life, and like 10 other content creators that were breaking down. Oh, Knox Hill, I love all of them. I love the ones that can intellectually break down the rap beef and break down the lyrics and give the double entendres and spell it out, because it's been a long time for me. I've been around since hip hop was created, like Screwface John says, 1973, way before that too, right? But hip hop is a sport, I guess. That's what he says. And I'm gonna have to go get one of his shirts. So shout out to him. But to have them break this down intellectually and help us understand where the lyrics came from, especially for an old head like me that haven't been listening to hip hop in a minute, and to have those reactions like help me to navigate it back in the day when I was listening to Pac or listening to Biggie or listening to Jay Z or listening to Dre or listening to NWA and all of those. Like, it really helped to have that story and bring it full circle. And so I think Drake filing this is corny. I think he looking like a goofy, but I think he don't understand all the aunties that done got into this rap battle. I think he don't understand all the Gen X aunties that came out the woodwork, that we really got engaged in this because we love Kendrick. Some of them love Drake. Drake was really my kids. I've been to a Drake concert because I've taken my daughters to a Drake concert. And it was something I would never do again because the screaming was out of this world. But when I say, I think when I keep reading this lawsuit, it's just irritating me. And the thing that irritated me most was the first dang on page. And so, like, the first page where he gets into it, and I don't know how to make it bigger on my screen, but it said, in the middle of the night on May 7th, 2024, an armed group of assailants drove up to the Toronto house in which Drake and his family resided. Drake was inside. The car stopped in front of the residence. Someone yelled F Drake, and at least one gunman began to open fire. One bullet went through the security gate and hit Drake's front door. Another bullet struck and wounded the security guard, who was also one of Drake's friends. I said, this is like page one. And then page two, after security guard arrived, they spent all these time talking about how they had to put pressure on the wound and keep the person alive and get them to the hospital and blah, blah, blah. And eventually the person lived. Thank God, nothing about that person. Don't know that person. But then I get to the next one that was breaking down the premise of this lawsuit, right? Probably millions of people who listen. Where was he breaking down? Because he did May 7th. He went through the very next day, May 8th. A different intruder used his bare hands to dig a hole under the security fence around Drake's Toronto house. He managed to dig deep enough to squeeze through and enter Drake's property. On May 9th, the very next day, another break-in attempt happened. And then in the 2 decades leading up to May of 2024, although Drake was constantly in the public eye, nothing remotely like these events had ever happened to him or his family. And what I thought about was the Kendrick line that said, how you gotta I'm gonna get it wrong now because I'm fired up right now. Let me bring my brain back down. But the lyrics, and you want to imitate our heritage, right? Like the stuff he was listing, like I don't want no harm to come to anybody, but dude, that's how we grew up. Like when Kendrick said, what's the line? And when I don't want to play the music because I don't know if I can play it without getting dinged or whatever. But y'all know the line I'm talking about when he said, you can't girl, I can't believe I'm not thinking about the line right now. I see dead people. To imitate our heritage. Like that's the first thing that came on my mind, and I think that's what got me so fired up is reading his recounting activities that were so dramatic for him. Nobody died. It was one time in 20 years. He said it's never happened like that. Nobody's ever attempted anything at him, and so you want to complain about something happening one time and you want to relate it all to this, but in the meantime you are trying to be in a rap beef and a rap battle, and the person you're battling, his main premise is you are not from the culture. Keep making me dance waving my hands and it won't be no threat. Drake, just go back to making your music, whatever it was. I don't even know if I know your music. I don't even know if I probably do. I heard somebody say one step slide, two step whatever, but keep making us dance waving our hands and it won't be no threat. You don't. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, right? I'm from Detroit. Kendrick from Compton. You don't know how he grew up, but I could tell you them 3 days that you are describing in this lawsuit, or these 4 days, is nothing compared to how he grew up. And that is why he is stressing to you to respect the culture and not wear the culture. You cannot cosplay being black. Pick a side and sit down somewhere. But the other thing I think you don't understand is when you keep saying that it had to be bots, it's because UMG released the copyright and that's why his numbers went up. Let me tell you, I have never in my life seen reactors. I have never listened to music on YouTube. I have never listened to music on Tidal. I downloaded Tidal. Let me tell you all the things I bought. Because see, I think you don't understand the strength of the black woman. This rap beef brought so many black aunties out, okay, that support our nephew, KDot, certified boogeyman, Kendrick Lamar, whatever you want to call him, Kung Fu Kenny. I don't learn all his names in the last year. Okay. This rap battle has brought us out. I play his music all the time. Never had Tidal in my life. My daughters are laughing at me because I never paid for a subscription music. Never believed in it. I'm Gen X. We could listen to music for free. I grew up with an 8-track. Okay. I downloaded Tidal because of Kendrick Lamar. I stream his music nonstop because it's so good, right? And I put his YouTube videos on all the TVs in my house and let him play. I put the reactors videos on all over my house and let them play. I spent Christmas watching the reactors do breakdown from Like That to Euphoria to Meet the Grams to Not Like Us. And 616. And 616 got brought down for a minute because I had it in my title, and for some reason it got brought down. I was so sad. But 616 is back now on YouTube. I listened to that over and over and over. I have created a playlist. I have never created a playlist in my life. I've never had a subscription to music in my life. And now I have subscription to music. And if the homepage is anything to say, how do you, I don't even know how to work it all the way. But my homepage is Kendrick and Beyonce. Listen, Drake, I think this lawsuit is crazy, but you pissed me off outlining what you consider violence when what we saying is this is how a lot of us grew up. And if you can't understand that, then you need to go do something else. I get all the other stuff, but it upset me that was the first page, like you was making a point, when a lot of us have suffered a lot worse or seen somebody die in front of us or lost friends in our teenage years, right? So you can miss me with that. You can miss me with that, and I hope you can miss a lot of other people with that, because this right here is ridiculous. You coming off looking like a goofy. You coming off looking like you don't even need to be up in this rap game at all. And Here I went to the pop out. Here go my shirt. This how good Kendrick did. I got me a flight, flew out to LA, and when they was like Inglewood, I was like Inglewood, but I'm from Detroit. Got my pop out shirt. When I say this man put some music out, and when I say the aunties got his back, and when I say we ain't enjoyed nothing like this since the 70s, since Biggie and Tupac, Mister, I want to say nigga, okay, but I can't even say that. I don't know. Like he said, which side do you relate to, right? But sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas because for real, what Kendrick did is he brought hip hop to a place it hasn't been in a long time. And for you to think that the only reason he got the numbers that he got, not because he's talented, not because he's gifted, not because of when he said he did some regression therapy and he found out who he was and who he personifies and all of the people that have come before him and all of the people that he represents and all of the people that's going to come after him, not because any of the work that this man has done. You think the only reason he got the numbers he got is because UMG lifted copyright? And then you want to bring the reactors in it? And I only have learned about Kai Cenat. And how dare you? Look, how dare you? That young man is in his 20s. How dare you bully him? After I saw that you reached out to him to tell him to stay on stream because you was dropping. So here you go, you dropping. And then because you don't get the reactions or you don't get the views or you don't get the love that you think you want, you include that young man that is just starting his life out, that is doing great. He's a millionaire. That's great. But that man is under 25. He is under 25. Leave him alone. He should not have his name in this lawsuit. The fact that you reached out to him, you must not understand how that impacts somebody at that age. The brain doesn't even fully form until 27, 28. Like there is so much growth that young man still has. And for you to do something like that is being a bully. It's being a bully, and you don't know what kind of effect that's going to have on him. I understand he's going to play it off or whatever. He's going to save face. And I have been watching him, and he seems like he has his head on right. And he got good people around him. But how dare you include him in a lawsuit when you text him and you influenced him to stay on stream, and then you break his heart like this? Like, how do you feel? How do you think that's going to make him move forward, move his steps, right? So I just had to get on here and say my piece. I am not a strong reactor at all in the rap game, but I am a business coach and consultant and an entrepreneur and a business owner. And when I say you have messed up your brand, you have messed up your brand. I don't know how strong your brand was strong before because of how they positioned you and how they positioned you in that industry. But now that your own personal personality is coming out, you have committed brand suicide because I can't see you any differently now than the one with the barrettes and the nail polish on, cosplaying what you feel like should be black, how black people act. And then I have daughters, and to hear all of the teens and then to see the Twitter police go and find all of the teens, you should have sat your butt down somewhere, and you need to put different people around you. Because, what do you say? Baka got a weird case. Baka need to go. Baka need to go if Baka got a weird case. Right? So what I'm saying is this lawsuit is ridiculous. And when I kept scrolling, because for you to try to break down the lyrics and use that as the premise for why you're suing and how somebody defamed you, when I understand that you're the one that's been itching for beef for years, you've been egging it on, you was calling Kendrick out. The man is a lyricist. The man is a genius. The man is a Pulitzer winning prize artist. Like, it's no competition. Unfortunately, that's what you've learned. And it seems like you grew up, and I know you did because you're young like my children. You grew up in the era where everybody get an award, a trophy for participation. You don't get a participation trophy in hip hop. You don't get a participation trophy for participating in the culture. You can't participate in the culture and still get an award. If you're not about the culture, then you need to respect the culture. The last one is better, right? Respect. You got to learn how to respect the culture. And this what you're doing right here after we just got done with Young Thug. And yes, I'm clapping. You need somebody needs to take a to you, right? Like back in the day when we had the water hose and the tree switches and all those things. Somebody need to take their somebody need to take a shoe to your head. Oh, but you need to come sit down. Let me tell you some things. You need to come here and sit down. I'm in Detroit. I ain't far from Toronto. Come on down. Come on down. Let me school you on some stuff about how it is growing up in the hood. Like, what is you doing? And plus, we all still here. So it's not like this rap beef was just talking to y'all regular audience. This brought people in that ain't been in a long time. I got myself up and flew to LA and stayed in El Segundo. I left my wallet in El Segundo. Yeah, because when I got there, I was like, oh, this is where Anita Applebaum. Yeah, Tribe Called Quest was rapping from. Who did Anita Applebaum? Yeah, I'm old, okay? But it's pissing me off that I saw a lawsuit because that's not what this is supposed to be about. And so I had to jump on here and say something because how dare you? How dare you? And when I saw all the young men that I've been following to keep up with this beef and to see their reactions, got Kendrick's. This lawsuit is just so ridiculous to me. And then I see the young man in here and you trying to make a case. Like, this is goofy. This is weird. This is goofy weird. Like, nobody even talked a lot about these. I knew what they were, but all the reactions I watched over and over and over, a lot of people didn't break this down that far. You could have left this out of there. A lot of people didn't even touch on these shipping containers. I know what they are being off the Detroit River. People know what they are, but a lot of people on the reactors, a lot of the reactors didn't even pick up on this. How dare you even bring it back up? But then when I saw the young men that I've been watching to get the break, and I was there. No, was I there? Yeah, this the pop up. I was there. I had to go see it. I had to go see it because Kendrick did the thing. Kendrick solidified his career with that. And now he can go be that exec. And what he's doing right now by putting the West Coast on and letting people jump on his rhythms, his beats, and come out and battle for the West. Like, this man is doing astronomical work. He's doing great things. And you want to sit up here and try to bring somebody down, but you ain't even trying to go after who you really mad at. You lost. The aunties have said it. You lost. Go sit your ass down somewhere. Like, go sit your ass down somewhere. Right? But where is what the first 2 pages or 3 pages pissed me off. And then not to mention, this thing is this lawsuit is so long. When I saw this, I just saw these reactions. I just watched this reaction last week and this week. And I watched the reactions over and over. I am running the numbers up, me along with all my friends in my age category, all Gen X's. I watched this over and over and over. I'm still watching the reactions, and I've been watching them since last year. When I saw you I've seen this person, this young man. I watched Shaq. You had Shaq in here. YouTuber Zayas. I love them. You sit up here, got these people in here. What you want people to stop reacting? Are you crazy? That's not going to happen. I think this lawsuit is frivolous. I think it is goofy. I think it is weird. I think it's not defamatory. I think you're defaming the culture, and I think you need to go sit down. I think you need to take some time out before you really go out bad. I don't really know a lot of your music. I don't really know a lot about your career. All I know is I don't even want to say what I do know. What I do know about your reputation, what I know about your brand, right? What I know about your brand. But it don't matter because I don't have not one song of yours. And the other thing, when I listen to my playlist, I built my own playlist because I don't know how to use the streaming tools that well. So I built my playlist. I pulled in all my songs from Kendrick Lamar. I built me a Kendrick Lamar playlist. I play it over and over and over. I done probably stream Not Like Us and Meet the Grams, Euphoria, and Like That probably 5,000 times by myself. But the longer I make my playlist, because now I done put in Damn, I done put in, like, I can Like I done put in all my favorites. And then plus when I went to the pop out, I got to hear Ab Soul, I got to hear Tyler the Creator, I got to hear Problem, I got to get familiar with collard greens, I got to see TDE, like I got to see all these teams that I didn't get a chance to experience because I was young, married, raising kids, graduated from college, and all the teams. So this was really great for me to go back and experience this. It was nostalgic. It brought back great memories. I hadn't been to LA in a minute. So I built my list, all my lists with all my Kendrick songs. Like I pulled everything in there. Like I don't know how to do this, but this is the only reason I got Tidal. I done got collard greens in here. That is my jam. I didn't, I got all the teams, all the teams. I done went on in Fear, Pride, King Kunta. Come on now. Silent Hill, United in Grief. Like I done got all the songs in one place and never knew I could do that before because of this rap beef. There has been so many great things to happen for a lot of people because of this rap beef and because you are so self-centered, you can't even see. You don't even understand how great this was for the culture. You could have went out like a great thing that happened for the culture because this was a great thing. And you doing this old corny, goofy stuff. So I'm gonna end with that. Leave our nephew alone. Leave his work alone. Leave his colleagues alone. Leave all our nephew reactors alone. Leave them alone, Drake. You go sit yourself down. I'm gonna put you in timeout. You are now officially on national timeout by all the aunties of America. Go sit down, and you don't come back out. Don't come back out. Don't come back out to after Juneteenth. That's what I say. All right, y'all have a good day. Bye.